Hi, thank you for watching. I'm just gonna kind of try and get like right into this. So, this is gonna be 7 things that I did to grow my hair to well past mid back length. I just took my hair out of braids, and as you can see, you can't really see unless I stand up. This is it from the front and from the back. It goes well to my about mid-back, almost like my butt. And so I am just coming to share tips that help me along the way. I always get asked, whenever people actually see my real hair, because usually it's in a wig. But when it's not in a wig, I often get asked, is that your real hair? Well, if it is your real hair, how did it get so long? So this is just like a list of things, 7 things specifically that I know I did day in, day out that have helped me grow my hair to where it is now. So tip number 1 is wigs. So a lot of people will say, oh, like wigs are bad for you, and they can be bad for you, but I will say for me, this was the easiest low manipulation hairstyle that I could find that helped me to grow my hair to where it is now. So the benefit of a wig is not only is it low maintenance, you can do it the night before, then slap it on your head, so it's almost like you getting pre-ready for the next day. Or like if you curl your hair, it lasts for like a week if you just take it on, if you put it on and take it off at night, if you put it on and take it off at night, excuse me. And the benefit of that is that when you're taking it off at night, even though you're not really messing with your hair or manipulating your hair, you can still get into your scalp, and you can oil your scalp, condition your scalp, and love on your hair a little bit. So you don't ruin the hairstyle, but your hair is still getting the benefits that it needs to help it grow. So I would say wigs was like one of the major keys that helped me get my life together. And I will say one thing to be cautious of with wigs is like your edges. And so I wear like really, really long extensions, and I think that that's like put a lot of tension on my edges and stuff, which I'm working on growing back now. So that would be my only cautionary tale about that. But aside from that, wigs are life, period. The next thing that really helped was the lock method. And so LOC stands for liquid oil cream. I think some people have changed the L to leave-in. I don't. I use liquid oil cream. And for me, this has been like a godsend. I think I started using the LOC method in maybe like 2014, and I've been using it ever since. So essentially, you put water in your hair. So I usually do this after I've washed my hair or whatever. You keep the water in your hair, you add a really good oil. I usually use olive oil or castor oil, which I'll get into later. And then you seal it with a cream. My favorite cream happens to be TGIN, which I'll get into later, but you seal it with a really heavy cream. And so all of that combined makes sure that you keep all the moisture. So when you have that wig on, everything underneath is super moisturized and ready to go, so it's not breaking. And I will say, since I've been doing that, I started doing that in Florida, and when I lived in Florida, and continued to do that when I moved to New Jersey and then into New York. And I will say that that was a game changer, because when I moved up north, it was so much colder and my hair didn't really know how to adjust. But that has kept my hair moisturized day in, day out. So like that for me is like a staple thing that I use. So adding on to the LOC method, how I do the LOC method. So the next 3 steps will be kind of just what I use, my like staple tips within each part of the LOC method, I guess. And that's why it works so well, in my opinion, and at least for me. So my 3rd tip is aloe vera juice. So I use aloe vera juice as a part of my L piece of the LOC method. So aloe vera juice is, it comes from a plant actually, and you can use the plant if you choose to use the plant. I use the juice because I feel like it's easier for me to integrate it into my routine. Like as opposed to like cutting the plant, getting everything out of it, it just feels a little bit simpler to me. So aloe vera juice is essentially a juice that has tons of benefits for your hair and ultimately helps keep your hair moisturized. Some of the benefits for it are, it helps to alleviate scalp itch. So, if you wear like braids and stuff like that, your hair can get really itchy. Well, when you spray it, I put it in a spray bottle with water. When you spray it onto your hair, it helps to alleviate that. It reduces redness and inflammation of your scalp. Again, you know, when you've got all that stuff in your hair, it helps with that. It adds strength and luster to your hair, promotes hair growth, um, easily penetrates the scalp and the hair, and it helps to retain water and moisturizer, which is one of the biggest, most important things. So when I'm doing that lock method and I'm using the oil and then the cream to seal it up, this is the moisture piece. This is what I'm sealing into my hair, and so it helps to nourish each of my strands when I spray that on before I put in all the other products and lock it in. So I swear by aloe vera juice. It's very inexpensive. You can get really big bottles, and it's important to keep it in the fridge. And so I'll make my little spray, and then I'll keep the balance of it in the fridge, and I just kind of refill as I go. And that has been like a major key. So the next thing is oils. I use a lot of different oils, and I can go into detail about like the different ones that I use, but my two like staples day in, day out, I do not fool about with these two, is castor oil and olive oil. These two are my shit. So the reason why I like both of those is because, I mean, for different reasons, but specifically castor oil, and I usually use Jamaican black castor oil. The reason why I like that one is because it is so heavy, and it helps to hold my hair. It helps to like seal in my hair, and when I use it, I feel like I'm really getting nurtured. I'm getting all the nutrients and all the good things that I want for my hair. So some of the benefits of castor oil are it adds shine and promotes health. It helps to prevent hair loss. It locks in the moisture of your hair strand. So like we were talking about earlier with the aloe vera juice, you use this piece to help seal in that moisture that you've already just put on your hair. And then it increases circulation. So if you do a scalp massage, with this in your hair, it helps to get the circulation of the blood going into your hair and, you know, promote hair growth. And the reason why I like olive oil is because castor oil can be a little bit heavy, so I feel like olive oil is like castor oil light. Olive oil helps to soften the hair, help with split ends, which castor oil does as well, helps with frizz, and helps to strengthen hair. So similar benefits, just used in a different way. I like to mix both of them because I feel like the olive oil helps to cut the castor oil a little bit, which makes it easier to use. Also, a cautionary tale on castor oil: it doesn't smell that lovely. It has a little bit of funky smell to it, I'll admit. It doesn't bother me anymore, and no one's ever told me that my hair smells bad. But what I do when I'm feeling like, oh, you know, I'm gonna wear my hair out, like I'm doing a braid out to wear my hair out or something, I'll usually add lavender oil or grapefruit oil or orange oil to the mixture that I'm doing to help to create the oil to seal my hair. And for me, that helps to kind of mask the smell or whatever. That mixed in with like the hair products that I use smell very good, and so it helps to kind of mask it a little bit if you feel conscious about that. And you know, the smell doesn't bother me, and I've never been told I smell bad because of my hair, so just something to think about. Heavy, creamy products, like I can't stress this enough. Do not fool with these like watery ass no substance products. Like, you want heavy, thick consistency butters, like not lotions, you want butters. So yeah, I would say Thank God I'm Natural has some really nice creamy buttery products. Shea Moisture has some really nice creamy buttery products. Thank God I'm Natural is probably the one that's like my staple. That's what I use when I'm doing my lock method, because I feel like that gives me the best bearing to make sure that, you know, I've got my aloe vera and I've got my water. Now I've sealed it in with that castor oil and that olive oil, and now it's just an extra layer of protection to make sure that ain't nothing getting out of there. And when I come back in a week or 2 weeks, my hair is going to still be laid. It's going to be moisturized, there's not going to be breakage, it's going to be lit. The next thing I would say is deep conditioning, and this is actually something that I've fallen off in the last maybe two years, and I'm trying to get back into. Deep conditioning your hair once a week if you really can do it, twice a week if you're busy, but at least once a month. Like, so important. Like, deep conditioning is a game changer. Like, just giving your hair back all of those nutrients and just like really like boosting your hair up and just giving it all that extra stuff, it really helps to moisturize your hair and give you hair retention. And so when you deep condition your hair, especially if you're like straightening your hair or if you manipulate your hair a lot, this will help to alleviate damaging your hair and increase hair retention, because ultimately that's what you're trying to do to grow your hair. You want to retain hair. And so when you manipulate your hair and it's out a lot, especially if you wear your hair out a lot, it gets really, really dry. So deep conditioning is a way to put back all of those nutrients that you're losing in like one big like power punch. So very important. Like I said, if you can deep condition once a week, you're a goddess. If you deep condition twice a week, you're still doing the damn thing. Once a month, you made it. Like, so deep conditioning, hands down, a must. And then the last one's lame, but it's the truth. Like, just be patient. Be patient with yourself. You're gonna have setbacks. It's gonna suck some days. Your hair's not gonna cooperate. You're gonna have a fly ass hairstyle in mind, and that shit's not gonna come out the way you want it. You're gonna be like, fuck this. Just be patient, commit, hang in there, and you'll get there. And also just, you know, even when you're combing your hair and you're working through your hair, like, be patient with it, love it, work through the tangles, massage the tangles, because when you're ripping through your hair and you're not patient with your hair, that's when you break a lot of your hair off, and, you know, that's not the goal. So just keep going, be patient, understand that it's not gonna happen in a day. I've been natural for 8 years now. I cut my hair right before college, and I had nothing. I was literally hiding my hair from my dad because I was so scared to show him, because he hates short hair. And look at it now. It's lit. Now he gets mad that I wear wigs. He's like, why do you keep covering up your hair? Besides the point, that's for another story. That's for another day. So yeah, just be patient, hang in there. You're gonna get where you want to go as long as you commit to it and you do the things that you know your hair needs and loves. And you know it. I've told you what to do, so now just do it. I would also like to add a bonus, because I thought about this while I was doing this. Co-washing is also another really great thing. The reason why I say co-washing is good is because, like, sometimes if you're wearing your hair out or whatever and you just want to do like a bond refresher, you don't need to wash your hair, because it strips your hair of all of the nutrients that are in it, all the product that's in it. And sometimes that's a good thing, but a lot of times, like, your hair's still, you know, taking some of that stuff in. So if you just co-wash, which is washing with a conditioner, it helps to moisturize and refresh the hair without you taking and stripping away all of the moisture that's in it already and the nutrients that are already in it. Because when you wash your hair too much, it starts to dry it out, and that is not what you want to happen at all. So that was just like a bonus thing that I thought of, and I felt like, you know, honorable mention. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful to somebody, and I hope that, you know, it helps motivate somebody to keep going, and just keep striving, because it can be challenging. There are so many times where I look at my hair and I'm just like, I'm about to cut this shit off. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. But do the right thing, hang in there, and just watch how your hair grows, especially once you know your hair, and that's when it gets lit. I swear, that's when it really gets lit. Alright guys,